So, all right. So I'm gonna talk a little boxing. Well, I'm gonna talk a lot of boxing on my way home. So, talk about a variety of different things. And feel free if you have some questions and some comments, and I'll get to it. So, all right, you guys. So today is the weigh-in. Shout out to the homies that's covering the fight. Champ side. Blue Blood Sports. Those are the brothers. So, my brothers. So, salute to them out there doing their thing. So. All right. So, it appears that JoJo Diaz and Ryan Garcia will have a showdown the same night as Brandon Figueroa and Steve Fulton. And that will be somewhere in Los Angeles, more than likely at the Home Depot Center. If not, Vegas Mark will find out. So he's sort of like my miniature minister of information. So shout out to Vegas Mark. So, that's on the 27th. So, okay. So it was announced. I'll get to Wilder Fury probably last, but I want to get to some other stuff, some side stuff. All right. So, okay. So it appears that Teofimo Lopez, George Camboso Jr. has been moved to, sometime in November. I know Matchroom is going to pick up the fight, because they felt that basically Triller defaulted. They basically tried to change the date without the fighter's permission. So basically, they are up, what's creek without a paddle. So they lost a lot of money on this fight. Triller just wasn't ready for something like this right now. They got lucky with a couple of fights, but, nevertheless, this was one that they just screwed up, from Teofimo, catching the, I don't like to say that word, because the, algorithm be, like looking for certain words. But, me, myself, I said that they should just put this on Terrence Crawford, Sean Porter on the undercard and just cut their losses. I think if they do that, they can better the chance of this fight being even more successful. Just go on and cut their losses. They can find a way to work something out with Eddie Hearn, to get this fight, on a pay-per-view format. And I think that's what they should do. Instead of just trying to find their own, venue and stuff, because at the end of the day, this fight wasn't selling very well at all. So, now, nevertheless, I talked to Kenny Porter today. I talked to him yesterday, and he just told me he working on some things. He said they got a great game plan on how they gonna beat Bud. Can't tell you guys. And I was thinking to myself, okay, sounds interesting. So they have a great game plan that could give Sean the advantage over Bud. Me, myself, like I said, I'm not picking a winner. Like I said, may the best man win. Like I said, if Sean pulls off the upset, like I say, Sean can walk away. Nothing to prove. Because Sean beat arguably the number one pound-for-pound fighter on the planet. So, and he also told me some things. Kenny told me who Sean was sparring with, but, I can't tell you who Sean was sparring with, and I was surprised because one thing about Kenny, he do be listening. Might be listening right now. So shout out to Kenny Porter. I'm working on something with Kenny. Like I said, I'm going to try to do a roundtable conference call. So I have the people that I have in mind. I'm going to try to get, Divine Sense. I'm going to try to get maybe Ego, some other people. But we're going to have like a conference call style interview. Basically, it just comes down to when Kenny available and when I'm available, because I got to go to work today. So, but it's going to happen. I spoke to Kenny yesterday, so it's going to happen. So y'all just stay tuned. I'll talk to Kenny at least once a week. Like I said, they're excited about this fight. They feel like they know what to do to beat Bud, because Kenny knows Terrence Crawford from the amateurs. And believe it or not, Sean got a very impressive resume. He beat Uslik in the amateurs, Demetrius Andrade. He beat quite a few people. Gave Pacquiao that work and sparring. So, Sean is just, he's getting prepared. He's done everything that can be done. So all he got to do is get in there, show up, show out. Like I said, if y'all could be there, come through. But please support this fight, because I gotta say this, at the end of the day, this is an important fight. You know what I'm saying? This is a very important fight. We asked for this fight. We was clamoring for this fight. People were sitting up, picking sides, the other side of the street, the last house on the left. So the fight got made. PBC, Top Rank, they put their differences aside, and hopefully this is a sign of good faith for future bouts. But where does Errol Spence fit in the equation? Should Bud prevail? I don't know. I got a sneaky suspicion, and I'm just gonna say this, and I know a lot of people gonna be mad, but like I said, I don't answer to nobody. I say what I mean and mean what I say. I just think, if this is just my own personal opinion, I think if Bud wins that fight and wins decisively, I just don't think that Errol Spence is gonna go nowhere near Terrence Crawford. Not saying that Errol Spence is afraid. I just think that Al wouldn't want to make that fight. Now, what could happen is, down the line, the IBF or the WBA, they could, don't be surprised, and I'm telling you right now, the WBA is not going to wait for Errol Spence to come back. They're not going to give him that much time to come back, like a year to come back to face Ugas so he can get a third belt. Because if Bud is active and he wins this fight, they're going to be like, well, why not? Just make a fight between Bud and Ugas. And let's just say Bud beats Sean Porter. Let's just say the WBA say, okay, well, we won't put pressure on Errol Spence for right now, but we want the fight with Bud and Errol Spence to take place with both men holding two belts. Now, I know that would bother some of the Errol Spence apologists if Bud was able to get two belts, because a lot of them have this warped sense of delusional thinking that Terrence Crawford is supposed to take 90-10, which is just absurd. I mean, that's just absurd. If Terrence Crawford, like I said, because if people want to play the measuring stick game, and like I said before, if Sean wins, then Sean, he could just walk away. Sean's a Hall of Famer. I'm gonna get to that in a minute. So like I said before, if Sean wins, Sean is already a legend, because Sean has fought everybody. Sean has fought the best of the best. He's fought the best of the best. Sean has never really got just like molly-whopped in a fight, because every fight, even in a loss, they were very close. So, like I said, if he pulls the upset off, man, my God. Now, if Bud, like I said, because people like to play this pay-per-view game stuff, which is irrelevant, but they try to use that as a measuring stick on why Errol Spence should get more, which is total baloney. If you look at Bud's accomplishments, Bud was undisputed at 140. You can't take that away from him. That speaks volumes, because they're ready to put Canelo on a higher pedestal if he goes in there and he defeats Caleb Plant and he becomes undisputed at super middleweight. So why isn't that the same standards? And like I said before, if Bud stops Shawn Porter, which nobody has been able to do, or flat out dominate Shawn Porter, because keep in mind, Errol Spence got a split decision over Shawn Porter. But if Bud does that, like I said, his value skyrockets. And also, once again, he can make a clear-cut argument that he's number one pound for pound. Even if Canelo does defeat Caleb Plant off the floor with him. So if Canelo mops the floor with Caleb Plant like everybody he was expecting. Now keep in mind, there was this thing that the reason why Bud's value is going to be higher and why, to me, he's an equivalent number one pound per pound, because there were questions about who he fought at 147. Even though he stopped everybody at 147. He heard excuses about Benavidez, Jeff Horn, whatever, Mean Machine, whatever. Kell Brook, another fight that people told Bud he needed to take to prove himself, and then Bud obliterates Kell Brook, and then the excuses fly. So I don't want to hear no excuses if he beats Shawn Porter. Like I said, he is the undisputed number one pound per pound. And I'm not going to go back and forth with guys like Marcos and Hispanic people who's going to try to tell me that I have to say Canelo, because like I said, it's a question of who Bud has fought. And you guys put him in that position by trying to devalue who he fought. So now that the streets have got crossed, Shawn, rode his motorcycle over to Bud's app. Now that he rode or drove to Top Rank Avenue, and the fight got made. So if Bud is the first person to stop Shawn Porter, then okay, I don't want to hear nothing. And then let's just say we don't know when Errol Spence is going to be back. And let's just say the WBA say, you know what? We want Terrence Crawford to go into the Errol Spence fight with 2 belts. And then they order Terrence Crawford versus Ugas. And let's just say he beats Ugas. So now he has 2 belts. And let's just say he beats Ugas decisively. So let's just say he beats a guy that Shawn Porter beat, where they had a question mark on whether Shawn won that fight. And let's just say Bud dominates him, and then he gets the WBA belt, and he has the WBO and the WBA. How can anybody in their right mind try to say that Bud should take 60-40, 80-20? I heard one dude say 90-10, which that dude was clearly an Errol Spence like fanatic. So how would you try to justify that? But that's been the thing, because a lot of the hatred towards Bud is personal. They know deep down inside Bud is a good damn fighter. A lot of the hatred and criticism of Bud has came from personal reasons. People upset and angry and have a vendetta against Bud and Team Crawford because they didn't get interviews with him and how they treat the media and all this kind of stuff. Like I just said before, I can't make the dude talk to me. Like I said before, I'm not going to sit up there and be losing sleep about whether Bud does an interview with me or not, because like I said, you don't have that same energy when the Charlo brothers do it or when other black fighters do it, but you just seem to have this vitriol for Bud when he does it. And I'm just to the point I don't care. And then I think you got certain people out here praying for this fight to fail, and it just shows you that these dudes ain't who they say they are, which a lot of them haven't been, during the Pando. You didn't see people go from Malcolm X to Shaggy, talking all that pro-black stuff, and now all of a sudden they got spooked, participated, and now they acted like Shaggy. scary asses. And like I said, anybody that's black and sitting up here hoping that this fight fails, you are a house nigga, a Uncle Ruckus, a coon. You are everything under the sun. You are the lowest of the low. No, I want this fight to succeed. Okay? I have nothing invested in these dudes. I'm just cool with both of them. But that's all I'm saying. It's going to be an exciting fight. This is going to be a fight that could be possibly, fight of the year. I think this fight, as soon as the bell rings, I think it's going to be bombs away. This fight, to me, I think has some Hagler Hearns feel to it. Or Julian Jackson versus Terry Norris. I really feel that that's in the air. I'm just keeping it a buck. I just really feel like I think something special is gonna happen in this fight. Y'all gonna be impressed. For real. Y'all gonna be impressed with this fight. Y'all gonna leave the Michelob Ultra Arena like impressed. Y'all gonna get on the streams impressed. And I will be at that fight. Alright, so speaking of another fight that I'm thinking about attending is Rolly versus Tank Davis, Staples Center pay-per-view, Los Angeles, California. Fight will be at full capacity. They're really trying to test Tank Davis name value. Can he sell out or at least sell another arena to satisfactory numbers for Mayweather Promotions, PBC? Because like I say, this is another test market for Tank. Okay, he's already nailed it. He's already nailed it in Atlanta. So now they want to see what he could do in Las Vegas as a headliner. And Rolly is going to sell the press conference by himself. I can't wait. Rolly, it's no telling what Rolly is going to say in that press conference. But it's going to be hilarious. Rolly's going to sell the fight. We're going to fall for it. We're going to buy it. And I think Tank will do some decent numbers. Now, it's anybody's guess how many pay-per-views Tank is really doing. But I think Tank is doing good enough to remain on pay-per-view. More than likely, Showtime is going to handle this. Tank has a good relationship with Steven Espinosa. So I'm pretty sure that Showtime will be handling the pay-per-view. And I think I'm going to go out there for that fight. I'm trying to think, should I drive out there or should I fly out there? The problem is, if I fly out there, I'm stuck out there to the morning. I'm going to have to catch a morning flight. And that LA traffic is just something. I mean, that LA traffic is just nasty. But it's looking like I'm going to be at that fight. It's looking like hopefully I run into some old friends. Hopefully I run into some old friends. Can't wait to see them. Can't wait to see them, for real. But I'm telling you now, if I drive to LA, it's going to be a specific reason that I'm going to drive to LA versus fly to LA. And for those who know me, you should already know why, if I drive to LA, why I'm driving to LA. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting, but that's what they there to do, is take viewership away from them. Undercard should be very. What's up, Vontae? What's up, brother? Undercard gonna be interesting too, to see who they put on the undercard, man. Oh man, I've been good, man. Chilling on my way home, man. Yeah, so it's gonna be real interesting to see who they put on the undercard. But Rolly Everybody's saying they don't care about this fight. They gonna watch that damn fight. They gonna watch that damn, because I'm gonna watch the damn fight. I'm probably going to the fight. So like I said before, we got to fight every week. We got to fight every week. It looked like we got to fight every week in October until basically December. So that's good, man. And this is what boxing needs, man. This is what boxing needs. Boxing has needed this for a while, so they needed it. They need it in their life. Come put it in their life. I'ma keep it in their life. Come put it in their life. Man, shout out to Juvenile, man. Hey, man, I feel like playing that, like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like playing that right now, man. That's like one of my all-time favorite Juvenile songs. I need it in my life. Come put it in my life. Man, that song was dope. I'm a rock. Oh, I'm a rock. I'm a rock. Oh. Y'all don't know about that Juvenile song, man. For real. So, I hope so, man. I gotta figure out where I'm going to watch this fight at. Gotta figure out where I'm gonna watch this fight at. I'm trying to think, should I just order it, or should I might go to a bar and watch it. You know, I got a couple of ideas where I'm gonna watch it at, but I'm excited. I believe in Wilder. I believe he gonna pull this off. I think, you know, Tyson Fury, you just didn't heard, Tyson Fury ain't really got up. He's half trained. He's coming into the fight at around like 290. I just don't know how that's gonna help him. And it's not like Tyson Fury is six-packed out. Well, like I said, we gonna find out. We gonna find out tomorrow. We gonna find out what Wilder is made out of. We gonna find out what Tyson Fury is made out of. But Tyson Fury just gonna have a lot of built-in excuses if Tyson Fury get flatlined. Hey, what's up, Gino, my brother? Yeah, so I'm waiting for the excuses. Tyson Fury is gonna be like, well, you know, I didn't recover from you know what, I had it, I forgot to, you know. And speaking of that, I have to put this out there, man, because I noticed that a week ago they tried to ask Deontay Wilder, like they try to do every black dude that want every black athlete to be the Negro Whisperer, every black actor to be the Negro Whisperer, telling black people to participate. And, you know, if they don't, everybody got something to say. But yet the media didn't grill Tyson Fury for basically allegedly only taking, you know, one dose of the potion. He did not catch no flack at all. So that should explain a lot to you guys. People think we just be talking out the side of our neck, but the mainstream media, they make it obvious. They tell them they damn self. So, you know, what could I say? It's them. Don't get mad at me. I didn't hear them ripping Tyson Fury to shreds like they was doing Kyrie Irving and Andrew Wiggins and Jonathan Isaac and you know, for real. And Bradley Beal. But they never keep the same energy. So what else is new? They love to change the narrative. Everybody love to tell black people what they supposed to do and how they supposed to communicate with they own. Shut your ass up. Well, if Tyson Fury tries that trick, if I'm Wilder, I'm gonna tell Well, I don't know, man. Russell Moore is refereeing this fight. I just was taken back when I found out he got such a crucial assignment, such as this. Because I remember Russell Moore interfering in the Lomachenko-Teofimo Lopez fight when Teofimo Lopez looked like he was about to stop Lomachenko. And Moore inserted, himself into the fight, and he got involved and basically stopped Teofimo Lopez momentum, like he was trying to save Lomachenko from getting stopped. Lomachenko was about to get stopped. So Teofimo was about to stop him, and he was going to have a knockout loss of Lomachenko, which would have hurt Lomachenko's value tremendously. So, now, like I said, today is the weigh-in, so we officially have a fight. So, it's no way Tyson Fury can get out of this, because if he gets out of this, he has to pay Deontay Wilder X amount of money. If I could get a solo interview with Tyson Fury, I would flat out ask him. He talks around it. And then he almost told on himself in that press conference when he was like self-destructed. He was annoyed because he was standing up, walking around, talking about, almost said to Deontay Wilder, when Deontay Wilder said the stuff about the PEDs and the loaded gloves and all that stuff. You heard Tyson Fury said, well, you did it. He almost said, well, you did it too. And if he would have said, you did it too, because he almost told on himself. And you have to remember, you guys, sometimes when a guy is being sarcastic and admitting to something, he's telling the truth, but trying to downplay it. And you have to watch out for that. You have to watch out for that. You really do. You really do, man. So we gon' see, man. I mean, he said he was going to. I don't know how he is. Wilder said he put things. What's up, man? Wilder said he put things in place to where Tyson Fury is gonna have to walk a straight line. He's gonna have to walk the straight and narrow. So, and then Tyson Fury said that, I don't know, man, JD's, I don't know, man. When he said he was on the payroll too, because like I said, everybody remember Tyson Fury said, hey man, what's in this water? What's in this water? Everybody saw that. And like I said, I'm not, I'm not worried about none of these dirt bags that had an issue. Oh, what proof do you have Tyson Fury ever cheated? You got a minute? You got a minute? Okay. And Wilder said, I didn't have to eat no wild boar meat or stick no needles. He got under Fury's skin with that mark. Yeah, he was pacing back like them dudes, Davis, that be shaking their hand and stuff, like waiting for after they didn't hit the pipe. How some of them dough fiends be shaking their hand like, woo! Like when you gave them that good, when you give them that, when you didn't give them that good that wasn't made, cooked off, no stepped on, wasn't made off no stepped on dope. So, hey, y'all, don't try to play the moral, because most of y'all didn't admit it, that y'all used to be corner boys. So you all know what I'm talking about. How you get that good, and then you cake it down, you step on it, and then when you cook it, you know what I'm saying? It's up. Hey, I done seen some shit that was so stepped on, like you barely could rock it up. I'm talking about as soon as you put it in a bag, it'll just turn damn near into powder. So that's what you call that super stepped on. So that's how Tyson Fury was like. That's how he was acting. Man. He probably was blasted. Hey, D, I'm just keeping it a buck, man. He was acting like one of them dudes that was off that, because, he was pacing himself and stuff. I was like, dang, man, is he gonna go Tyrone Biggums on somebody? I'll smoke rocks. Crack. Hey, nobody wanted, here go the thing, though. Nobody wanted to see this fight, but everybody applied for press credentials. Marcos got his ass there. Fight Hype got their asses there. Everybody got their asses there who was talking about nobody don't want to see this. Well, if you didn't want to see it, why you apply for a press credential? You know why? Because you wanted to see it. So stop it. I can't stand people like that. Yeah. Somebody should have just took Tyson Fury, pulled him. Man, somebody should have took Tyson Fury in the hallway and just went Joe Clark on. Look at me, boy. Look at me, boy. You smoke crack, don't you? You smoke crack, don't you? You know what that does to you? It kills your brain cells. It kills your brain cells. You smoking crack, ain't you? Oh, wait. Well, you might as well jump. Don't fuck around. Jump. So, I'm going to do better. So, for real. Somebody should have, just shook tight. You smoke crack, don't you? Oh, what is jump? He said, what is jump? Oh, man. I love watching that movie. That was supposed to be a powerful scene, but Morgan Freeman turned that into one of the most funniest dramatic scenes ever. Look at me, boy. Look at me. Look at me, boy. He say, what's your name? You made a mistake, sir. And how he started the scene, that's what made it funny. He said, you made a mistake, sir. You kicked me out. And then he said, what's your name? Sims. Then he said, cutting class and smoking crack. And I just broke out laughing. That just sounded so funny. That was just really out there. But it was fun. But he made it work. You know what I'm saying? So he said, cut glass and smoke a crack. I was like, damn, at 15, damn. So, but yeah, that's what they should have did to Tyson Fury. Somebody should have said, you smoke crack. If Deontay Wilder would have said that, man, yeah, Lino, if Deontay Wilder would have said that to Tyson Fury, that whole room would have went, man, that would have been... That's what you should have said, Wilder. That's what you should have said. You should have said that. You still got time. Wilder. When you do the weigh-in, go Joe Clark on him. You smoke crack, don't you? Look at me, boy. Don't fuck around. Jump. Man, that scene never gets old. I mean, so, but... Anyway, you guys, thanks for tapping in. Appreciate the love, man. I'm out.